present the Ebo Bolton Community Planner Award, please welcome to the stage Lucille McEwen, Robert Ezrapour, and Chris Cirillo.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucille McEwen. I'm honored to talk a little bit about Ebo Bolton. This award is named in his honor. Ebo Bolton was an urban planner. His career was dedicated to improving the lives of people by encouraging well-planned and well-designed affordable housing with local retail and much-needed community facilities. Just walk along 8th Avenue and you are a witness to his work. Ebo's work at the New York City Department of Housing Preservation and Development from 1986 through 2007 had significant impact in the South Bronx and Brooklyn, but he is best remembered for that groundbreaking contribution to Harlem, where he lived and worked. The Renaissance is evident everywhere, and particularly on that restaurant row. Today, all of that work is largely attributable to Ebo's painstaking planning and on behalf of the community that he lived in, devoted his career to, and where he loved so much. I am really pleased that John Garrity is receiving the Ebo Bolton Community Planning Award because he was amazing in his commitment to make projects greener, such as tax credit housing that includes units for young people that aged out of foster care, a project named David and Joyce Dinkins Gardens, and Dr. Muriel Pettione Plaza, a green Section 202 senior housing project, both of which I was involved with. So thank you, John.
So I can just want to reiterate what Lucy just said. We had the pleasure of working closely with Ebo for many years, and it really gives us pleasure, and it's really a privilege to keep his name alive and to present this award every year so we all remember what he's doing. Any one of you who, we just talked about the Bank of America Award, when you go up and down the corridor in Frederick Douglass Boulevard, you'll see that, and this was all Ebo's vision. He saw this coming many years before it happened, and we're living proof of the fact that it happens. And Chris also had the opportunity to work with Ebo at HPD. He's going to talk about that, and then we're going to introduce John.
Thank you, Robert. And thank you, Carolyn, as well. Just briefly, I had the privilege of working with Ebo for almost 10 years at HPD, and consider him a friend as well as a colleague and certainly a mentor. I learned a great deal from him about community development, affordable housing, and certainly about Harlem. And it was a great experience getting to know him as a person, as a colleague, and to work with him on so many exciting projects in Harlem. And I also wanted to just highlight today one thing that the Richmond Group has been able to work with CHPC on in conjunction with our recently completed project in Harlem, which we named the Bolton in honor of Ebo, which is located across the street from the building where he lived for many years. We've been able to add a section to the CHPC website specifically focused on Ebo, his accomplishments, and we hope to add to it to also highlight the work of all of the various Ebo Bolton Community Planning Award winners over time as we follow their careers and how they continue the work that Ebo began. So, thank you.
For everyone who knew Ebo, he was just a completely unique person. It wasn't just how much he loved Harlem, it was that beautiful voice that I'm sure for those of you who knew Ebo know what I'm talking about. And he had this way of speaking in front of an angry mob that was, hitting him with tomatoes for some project that HPD was doing that, nobody liked. And it was Ebo's job to point out all the good things about the project. And you could see his voice as a wave across that crowd. And by the time it ended, people were just kind of putty in his hands. So I'm not sure that we will see the likes of Ebo again. But one of the important things for us as an organization and for our colleagues who are part of this award is that we want to recognize people in city government who really don't get the recognition that they deserve and who provide a critical piece of work to make projects happen. And there's so many people, we're awarding one person today, but there's really so many people at HPD who come to work every day and HTC and who make the projects that a lot of you rely on happen. And so I would just like to ask all the people from HPD to just stand for a moment and let us just, those of us, not me so much who makes money, but the rest of you who actually make a living, if you could just acknowledge their hard work. And now I'll ask Robert to just talk about John, which is why we're here.
Robert, before you mention John, I just want to say, Geraldine just asked all of the HPD staff to stand, and I can't really ask all of the CHPC staff to stand because basically there's only 5 people who are the core staff that do all of this work. So I just want to give you all a round of applause. And that's not to diminish the work of the fellows that occasionally join the staff for a period of time, but it's only 5 people who put on all of these seminars and do all of the writing and put together this luncheon. So it's a lot of work. I just only wish my staff were quite that productive.
Anything else?
Now we're ready.
Okay.
Now we're behind.
So John Garrity is currently Acting Commissioner of Division of Building and Land Development Services for HPD. John worked as an environmental consultant for 4 years prior to joining New York City government in 2000. Since joining the city, John served as a project manager, project director, and the deputy section chief for New York City Department of Design and Construction. He moved to HPD in 2005 as a director and then executive director prior to his most recent appointment. He is a graduate of SUNY Oneonta with a degree in geology and water resources and is a licensed professional geologist. John, we've had the pleasure of giving the EBO Award to several very worthy recipients. So it tells you how highly we think of you that we've nominated you for this award.
Sorry. I would like to thank CHPC, Carolyn and her staff, the board and its members, and all those that support this amazing organization. As a native New Yorker, I can appreciate all the positive change that's occurred in our neighborhoods within my lifetime and know it wouldn't have happened without you. This is a huge honor. While I can think of many people that would be deserving of this award, this year I do feel like it's fitting. I had the pleasure of working with EBO, albeit brief. My recollection of our first encounter was around the site known as Herbograph. Sorry. Today, Herbograph is no more. Thanks to our partnership with HCCI and Jonathan Rose Companies, as Lucille mentioned, it's a 65-unit green, affordable senior housing development in Harlem that was completed last year. Let me thank everyone that was involved in that for their perseverance and tenacity. When I attend work functions or events, for a while, many of you who know me, the running line was, if you know John, you're probably better off that you did, and if you don't know John, you're probably doing just fine or possibly great. At first, I wasn't sure if I liked this, but I've been reassured that it's a compliment, and it was a testament to my ability or commitment to do work and to try to resolve complex problems that at times paralyze our efforts, whether it be on a programmatic or project basis. And I look forward to continuing to serve. I would like to thank the following people. To my wife Jennifer, who's here today. For loving me. Sorry. And for accepting my love, for inspiring me to be more than I was or ever knew I wanted to be. To my parents, Ed and Patricia, for nurturing me and providing tough love and for leading by example. To my sisters, Kathy, Liz, and Patty, for tolerating me and for their strength. To my daughter, Caroline, for all that she means to us. To my in-laws, Sam and Joan, for giving me the hand of their only child and embracing me. To Leon and Walter Roberts for recommending and hiring me respectively. To my friends and colleagues at HPD and within our partner organizations for your tireless effort to continue to provide safe, quality, affordable housing, without which New York City would not be the greatest place to live, work, visit. Go Giants. To Holly for trusting me, to Raphael and Sean for supporting us, to Ruth Ann and Matt for providing me with an opportunity to continue to grow in a place that I call home. Go Rangers. Thank you.